In this tutorial, I'm going to show you 6 ways to decorate Christmas cakes using sprinkles for fun, colourful, textured designs. Make your own stencil with parchment paper, cutting a shape out of the middle but keeping the surrounding paper intact. Press the stencil against the side of a cake, and the frosting needs to have set before you do this, so I like to put my cakes in the fridge for at least an hour, or preferably overnight. Spread some more frosting over the stencil, and this frosting will be soft and sticky, which is what we need for the next step. Choose your sprinkles and gently attach them to the side of the cake. It's easiest to add bigger sprinkles individually, but you can press handfuls of smaller sprinkles into the frosting and they'll stick easily. Once you've covered the whole shape with sprinkles, peel the stencil off and voila! If there are any gaps in the design, you can add individual sprinkles, and for finishing touches, try pressing sprinkles into the bottom of the cake to make a sparkly border, and you can scatter a few sprinkles on top of the cake too. Another way to use a homemade stencil is to tape it onto a pre-made stencil with whatever pattern or design you like, and then spread frosting over the top to add a design within the shape you're creating on the cake. You can scrape off any parts of the design you don't want with an offset spatula, and this works because the base frosting on the cake has set, so it's firm and you won't damage it. Get your sprinkles ready, and you don't have to use an entire mix, so for example for this cake I'm only using the large round sprinkles. Add some bling and you've got a fully decorated Christmas tree. You can pipe some swirls of frosting on top of the cake using a 1M star tip, and these look a bit like Christmas trees, so you can add sprinkles to decorate these too. If you're looking for more cake decorating and baking ideas, tips, and recipes, follow my page on Amazon to watch free live videos of my kitchen adventures, and the link for my page is in the video description. Using a leaf tip, you can pipe poinsettias, the traditional Christmas flower. The frosting comes out of the triangular gaps in the sides of the tip, and if you hold the tip still as you start to squeeze the frosting out, you'll get a nice wide base for each petal, and as you finish your petal, stop squeezing the piping bag at the same time as you swipe it off the cake, and that will give you a pointed tip on the petal. After doing one ring of petals, pipe another ring on top, overlapping the petals by piping each petal in between 2 of the petals on the previous ring. Use some silver or gold sprinkles to make the middle of the flower. To make a sprinkled chocolate cake topper, melt any kind of chocolate and use a cookie cutter shape and place it on a piece of parchment paper or a silicone mat. Spoon the chocolate into the shape, pushing it right up into the corners, and then pour sprinkles on top and press those gently into the chocolate so that they stick. Leave the chocolate to set for about an hour, or put it in the fridge or freezer to speed up the process, and then carefully push the chocolate out of the cookie cutter, pressing all over the shape just a bit at a time to ease it out gradually so it doesn't break. These make beautiful and delicious cake toppers. If you're enjoying this tutorial, please click the thumbs up button and subscribe to my YouTube channel for new cake decorating tutorials every week. Remember to hit that notification bell so you don't miss one. Another way to use cookie cutters is to make cake toppers out of brownies. My brownie recipe that's stable enough to be able to cut out shapes that will stand up on a cake is on BritishGirlBakes.com, and the link is in the video description. Push a paper straw into the brownie and then you can pipe frosting onto it to add some colour. Here I'm using a leaf tip, starting at the bottom of the tree and overlapping each row to completely cover up the brownie. Add some shiny sprinkles and then push the straw into a cake and your cake topper is ready. Finally, poke a paper straw into a marshmallow and dip it into melted chocolate, twisting it around to cover the whole marshmallow in chocolate. Let the excess chocolate drip off and then dip the marshmallow into a bowl of sprinkles, again twisting it around to completely cover the marshmallow with sprinkles. Frost and decorate your cake, and try adding a sprinkle border around the bottom of the cake to match the marshmallows. Stick the straws into the cake and you've got some glitzy marshmallow cake toppers. I hope you've seen some fun ideas you'd like to try. You'll find all of my recipes, tutorials, and online classes on BritishGirlBakes.com, as well as my free online course on 10 frosting techniques. Thanks for watching!